News agency TASS, our journalist and UFO investigator, who has researched many encounters with UFOs in the Soviet Union, Mr. Sergei Bulantsov. Tell me, what are the most impressive recent UFO reports in the USSR?
In 1984, a Tupolev aircraft flying from Tbilisi to Tallinn encountered a UFO at 4:10 a.m.
Can you tell me who witnessed Who witnessed the event?
First the pilot noticed a bright beam of light shoot down to the ground. Everything on the ground, road and houses, were totally illuminated by the, please illustration, were totally illuminated by a beam of light. The beam of light was redirected onto the airplane, and the crew saw a blinding white point of light surrounded by concentric colored circles.
Yes, I'm told that that indicates the presence of a very strong magnetic field. What happened next?
The white point of light swept down to the plane, leaving a green cloud, and began to swing from left to right, up and down once again. Finally, it flew alongside the airplane, and as if it was an escort, the passengers of the plane also saw this UFO. And after landing in Tallinn, Estonia, the crew was told that this UFO had been also seen on the radar screen.
Any abduction cases in the USSR?
Yes, in June 1975, near Borisovlevsk, south of Moscow, at 2 a.m., a Soviet army officer saw a very strange domed UFO aircraft on the ground. He approached it and saw two alien silhouettes inside. When he came closer, he felt something like an invisible wall, and then lost consciousness. When he recovered, he saw an alien aircraft fly away. He thought about 15 minutes had passed, but when he checked his watch, much to his amazement, 1 hour had passed. And later, he had the same dream over and over again. He was flying over the UFO landing site. So he thinks he was abducted.
That sounds actually very similar to some of the abduction stories we've encountered in the United States. I understand you have some photographs that you can show us?
Yes, certainly. This one was made in Bulgaria, near Stara Zagora, in July of 1978. A married couple was drinking tea at their country house when they saw this hovering object. They took this snapshot with a Polaroid camera. And another UFO had been seen at the Murmansk region, near Finland's border. The same year, this snapshot had been reportedly made by the militia.
Thank you, Sergei. Joining us now is Leonard Nikishin, Science Secretary of the Working Group Extraterrestrial Intelligence in the USSR Academy of Sciences. Mr. Nikishin, I understand that you have thousands of reports of UFO sightings in the Soviet Union.
Yes. Most of them were explained later as natural events, but some were mysterious and unexplainable. I feel these are extraterrestrial probes without life as we know it.
You mean unmanned space probes. Was there any official reaction to UFOs from Soviet science?
Recently, most scientists here dismissed them. But now the situation is changing. Several years ago, we formed a UFO group that included many investigators, scientists, cosmonauts, technicians, writers, journalists, and so on. We published an announcement in several Soviet newspapers asking anyone who had had a UFO experience to contact our organization.
Very good.
Personally, I am sure we'll meet extraterrestrial at last, maybe sooner than we think.
Thank you, sir. Sergei Bulontsov, Leonard Nikishin, thank you very much for all you've done so far. Stay with us and we'll get back to you.